This is CHANCO Community Radio and the time is 6:30. It's time for News Bulletin here on CHANCO Community Radio, and with me, MUSTAFA Collins DYTON. First, the headlines. The Parliamentary Committee on Budget and Finance challenges the August House to play its oversight role efficiently and effectively in ensuring that the fiscal budget is aligned to the Malawi 2063 First 10-Year Implementation Plan. The Zomba District Council urges youth to take part in different youth organization activities. And in international news, Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has met Tigrayan leaders for the first time since the two sides signed a peace treaty 3 months ago. Those were the headlines, now the news in detail. The Parliamentary Committee on Budget and Finance has challenged the August House to play its oversight role efficiently and effectively, as well as ensuring that the fiscal budget is aligned to the Malawi 2063 First 10-Year Implementation Plan (MIP1) initiatives in order to deliver on what was promised to Malawians. Chairperson for Budget and Finance Committee of Parliament, Gladys Ganda, made the call in Lilongwe on Friday at the end of a two-day National Development Conference. The conference was held to take stock of progress made in the implementation of the MIP towards the timely achievement of the 2030 milestones. She said in order for Malawi to achieve the status of a middle-income economy, Parliament should conduct budget tracking so that there is no any diversion of funds to other areas. She expressed concern that Parliament, being a political house, has the outcome of what is presented in the House, regardless of whether it makes sense or not, depending on numbers. However, Ganda said an independent body, once established, will analyze the budget and ensure that it is responsive to the needs of Malawians. Minister of Trade and Industry, Simplex Chichora, said government has always been committed to ensure that there is collaboration and good working relationship with all stakeholders, including the legislature, to achieve its goals. He said there is need to work together in order to fulfill what is contained in the MIP1. The Ministry of Health has encouraged individuals, families, communities, civil society organizations, and government departments to make new commitments in the fight against cancer. This has been said as Malawi joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Cancer Day on 4th February. According to a statement by the ministry and has been signed by the Secretary of Health, Dr. Charles Monsambo, this year's theme, which is Close the Care Gap, is well aligned to the ministry's agenda of integration of health services at all levels of service delivery. The statement further indicates that in Malawi, more than 19,000 new cases are diagnosed every year, with an estimated median survival time of 9 months from diagnosis. To minimize the burden of cancer, the ministry says it has intensified preventive measures through introduction of routine vaccination programs against human papilloma virus (HPV) to girls aged 9 years, provision of hepatitis vaccine, scaling up of screening services for cervical and breast cancer in health facilities, male medical circumcision, and improved universal access to antiretroviral therapy. The Zomba District Council has urged youth to take part in different youth organization activities for the development of their livelihood and their communities. The sentiments were made on 3 February in Kataya Village TA Kangula's area during Chipunziso Youth Organization's village saving ceremony. Speaking at the function, Zomba District Youth Officer Enoch Chabwera recommended that the youth should work in groups, saying it attracts support from government and different non-governmental organizations. He further applauded Chipunziso Youth Group for their different developmental activities they are conducting in their area. Chabwera explains more.
As you know, Chipunzo Youth Organization is one of the youth organizations in the district that are doing a great job. They are doing so many activities such as leadership, youth economic empowerment, as you have seen today, and as well as they are doing climate conservation. As Zomba District Council, we are working with different partners such as Save the Children, Titukulane Project, Youth Need and Counseling, Macro, so many organizations, so many partners. They are training young people in vocational skills so that they can be self-reliant. This is one of the best initiatives that the youth are benefiting from partners. And as the government, we have a project that we have launched. This is National Youth Service Program, which is currently underway in Kuntumanje and Mulombe. So we are doing our best to support our young people to be self-reliant.
Inoki Chabwera, Zomba District Youth Officer. Traditional Authority Kankangula, who also attended the ceremony, expressed gratitude over Chipunziso Youth Group's activities and asked for other fellow youth to follow their footsteps. In his remarks, Chairperson for Chipunziso, Ruben Matewere, said he was happy with what the organization has achieved, but expressed concern over financial problems.
Titukulane Project, Youth Need and...
Okay, today we had the event where youth members were graduating through VSL, where they were keeping their money, so they were graduating, and through that also we gave the awards to best performance students, whereby they received the different items, notebook. We support vulnerable elderly through giving them necessities, soap, sugar, and some basic needs. Currently, we are facing different challenges. We are lacking financial support that can help enable us to reach many more needy people. And also, we are lacking mobility. Currently, we don't have any bike. So when we want to travel to reach those needy people, mostly we walk on foot. Yeah, so we are lacking those things. And also we are lacking a youth center whereby the youth can at least meet and do their services. Okay.
Ruben Matewere, Chairperson for Chipunziso Youth Organization. During the ceremony, the youth group presented gifts to 4 best performing girls from Mafua and Mulinankwazi primary schools, which included exercise books and buckets as one way of encouraging girl-child education, and they also gave assorted items to one privileged community member. The Malawi Red Cross Society has donated 750 body bags to the Ministry of Health as a cholera emergency response to help prevent the spread of the epidemic by managing the bodies of those dying from the disease. MRCS Deputy President Stephen Aziri said this on Friday during the handover ceremony, which took place at the Ministry of Health headquarters in Lilongwe, that MRCS appealed for support towards the cholera, and the Danish Red Cross responded by procuring the bags to the tune of 15 million waya. Nazili described the bags as ideal for preventing infection and other health emergencies such as COVID-19 and safe disposal of the deceased. As at Thursday, February 2, the epidemic has killed over 1,000 people, with 336,258 cases cumulatively recorded across the country since March 2022. Remember, you are listening to the news bulletin on CHANCO Community Radio, and with me, MUSTAFA Collins DYTON. In our international news, Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has met Tigrayan leaders for the first time since the two sides signed a peace treaty 3 months ago. Pictures released by Ethiopian state media show Mr. Ahmed and other government officials sitting down with top Tigrayan figures, including the commander of Tigrayan forces, General Tadise Oredi. They are reported to have discussed the progress made in implementing the peace deal, as well as issues needing further attention. The agreement ended a 2-year civil war that had ravaged the country's northern region. And in Burkina Faso, transitional government has announced that the remains of President Thomas Sankara and his 12 companions assassinated on 15 October 1987 will be reburied later this month at the Thomas Sankara Memorial in the capital Ouagadougou. This decision is the result of the consultation within the armed forces, the families of the victims, the customary and religious authorities, and the International Committee of the Thomas Sankara Memorial. The bodies of Sankara and his companions of the People's Democratic Revolution RDP were exhumed on 25 May 2015 as part of judicial process to make sure the remains were indeed his. Well, that's what we had time for. Before we go, a reminder of our top stories. The Parliamentary Committee on Budget and Finance challenges the August House to play its oversight role efficiently and effectively, as well as in ensuring that the fiscal budget is aligned to the Malawi 2063 Phase 10-year implementation plan. The Zomba District Council urges youth to take part in different youth organization activities. And in international news, Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has met Tigrayan leaders for the first time since the two sides signed a peace treaty 3 months ago. For coverage, news tips or feedback, please call us on 0986 235 753 or 088 254 4925 or email us through chanconewsroom@unima.ac.mw. This has been Mustafa calling DYTON. Good evening.